The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions, and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Talk Live Paranormal on Armed Radio. We are broadcasted out of Boston, Massachusetts. I am your host, Shannon Griffin.
And I'm your co-host, Bill Tandy.
Now, before we bring in some guests, I'm going to give out the 800 number. About 11:30, we will start taking calls if you guys would like to call in and ask our guest a question, or if you have a question for us, or would just like to tell us a brief experience that you've had. The number is 1-800-508-5431. Once again, we'll start taking calls about 11:30. For those of you that can't call in, we have a Facebook page now. It is Talk Live Paranormal with Shannon Griffin and Bill Tandy. You guys can go to that Facebook page and message us on there. We both have it up, so we can check those. If you guys have a question and want to ask that way, or an experience, go ahead and send it to us, and we'll try and get it on the air. And real quick, I just want to, Bill, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was awesome weekend. We went up to Edinburgh Manor, kind of messed around up there, had a good time, got some great ghost hunting, and it was great. How was yours?
I spent the weekend at West Virginia Penitentiary, which was a whole new experience for me compared to the rest of the locations that I've been to. I about had an anxiety attack Friday night, which is the first time that has ever happened in a location as well. That was fun.
Yeah, anxiety attacks ain't really that fun. I don't know where you're getting that one from, but hey.
Well, I've never really had a full anxiety attack. It's always like borderline. I managed to get calmed down somehow. But being with the boss man, Tyler from Ghost Hunts USA, I look at them and say, hey, I feel like I'm going to have an anxiety attack. And they both just look at me, and then they turn around and keep on walking. So I just follow. And, we got pretty good responses as far as the Phasma box, and we had a couple periscopes light up. For some of you guys out there, well, you want to explain the spirit box and the Phasma?
The spirit box is usually one that both the spirit box and the Phasma box usually work off of like radio frequencies. It channels through different frequencies and keeps alternating through, which allows spirits to actually communicate through there. It's not totally perfect, but it does allow them to say a certain amount of words, and they can respond back to questions that we have. Right.
I like the spirit box, but a lot of people and guests that we've had in the past, you could actually get nauseous off of listening to that static noise.
Oh, definitely. And that's why I like the Phasma box a little bit better. It doesn't have all that white noise, but still allows sounds to come through. Lets them build up the energy enough to get a sound to come through, or we'll ask a question and they'll answer back to us.
And you get the full, the female, male voices coming through, children's voices. It's real distinguished.
Oh, definitely.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and bring our guest on.
That's awesome. I think we should.
Ready to party?
You bet. Let's go for it.
So tonight we have a very special guest and a dear friend of mine. He is the caretaker of Poasttown Elementary School, which is located in Middletown, Ohio. Now I've known Daryl for the last 3.5 years. I started investigating at Poasttown back in August of 2014. It's a very, very awesome location to investigate. If you have never been there, it is definitely a bucket list, I believe. Some of my best evidence has come from Poasttown videos, EVPs. So let's go ahead and bring on everybody. Please welcome Daryl Wisman.
Welcome, Daryl.
Hello. How is everybody tonight?
Yeah. Good, doing good. How are you doing tonight, Daryl?
Awesome. Set house, just trying this new type of radio system.
So you're sitting at the house. Will you tell everybody where your home is?
My home is inside Poasttown Elementary.
That has
You
to be the greatest
live-
place to live.
You live inside the school, correct?
Yes, yes. Got 5 classrooms that we set up as our home.
That is wild. That is wild. How did you come to be living inside Poasttown School?
Well, when we bought the building back in 2004, had to either try to maintain 2 properties or pick one.
Well, looks like you got plenty of room for guests too.
Oh yes, yes.
Oh,
Kind of
it's
hard
huge.
convincing the wife that moving the school building, it had all the windows were all busted out. Kids and homeless living inside the building. Pretty tough the first 6 months.
Wow.
Daryl, now during when
Yeah.
I actually live about 10 minutes from Daryl, from Poasttown, and when we have really, really bad weather, when we're under tornado warnings, just severe weather, Daryl actually opens one of the doors to the school. There's a trailer park about
Door
a
4.
mile. Door 4. How far is the trailer park? About a mile?
The one in Middletown is about a half a mile, and the one here in Madison Township is about quarter mile, just across Route 4 here.
Okay. He actually
Two
opens
pretty
his
big
doors.
trailer parks.
Yeah, both of them are pretty good size. He opens the doors for people to come in from those trailer parks and have shelter from the storm, pretty much.
That is amazing. That's awesome, Daryl. Applaud you for that one. Really big.
And along the bad weather, you got people that train there as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I have. I have local fire departments and around the surrounding areas come here and they train fire training. They'll carry bodies out the upstairs window down a ladder. Not many buildings that they can practice. Well, there's not any buildings around here that can practice train
there's
each
not
other
really.
on this. I let
Well,
them come in here and train.
I'm a volunteer firefighter over here, so any training we get, that's awesome. And anybody who offers a building, I really, again, you open the doors for people to come in during bad weather. You open the doors for the firefighters to train, which just helps out your community. So I applaud you for that, and I think everyone around you should too.
Oh, we do for sure.
Cool.
Yes, and we also have. I let the police use it to train their canines in for locker searches and things like that. So the police use it for canine training. The fire departments use it manpower training. But public use it for storm situations. We have several fundraisers every year for animal shelters, veterans, car
Child
shows.
literacy. Yeah.
Child
Wow.
literacy. I do a lot of fundraisers here.
You got a lot going on there, Daryl.
Too much sometimes, I think.
I'm sure it can get overwhelming at times. I know I've seen it get overwhelming for you at times.
Does definitely.
But Daryl's got a pretty strong army behind him, so.
Funny you would say that.
Why? What you gonna say?
Nothing.
I see where you're going now.
That's a Tuesday night show, right?
Yeah, that's Tuesday nights.
well, I've been noticing and been going to Daryl's website. So anybody who's ever hasn't been there, if you check out www.poastownschool.com, that's posttownschool.com. Go on there and look at some of the events he's got coming up. It looks like you're going to be busy in April. On April 14th, you've got one big, huge thing going on over there between, looks like some magic shows. You got a guy from the Santiago.
Walking Dead.
Yeah, from the Walking Dead.
Yeah, we have Reed Masterson from Magic Show. It's a pretty big act. They got pigeons and doves and rats and things that he uses. Pretty neat, really.
So I'm going to throw a plug out for that one. If anybody can be there, it's April 14th. The event starts, looks like it's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Event admission is $20 each. It looks like there's booths you can get. You can get all sorts of things there on that day. And then it looks like Santiago's going to do some ghost hunts from 9:30 to 3 a.m. How did you get him to come over there?
Yeah, it's everything from the morning until the ghost hunt's only $20.
That's awesome.
Can't go to McDonald's for $20, you know.
No, so then it looks like at 9:30, it's $30 per ticket, and there's only 30 spots to do that ghost hunt.
Right.
So anybody who's going to be there, you get them tickets early. Get them early.
Yeah, if you're wanting a ghost hunt, you better get your tickets early.
And there are still plenty of booths available if anybody's interested in vending.
Get the booths, tickets. If you go to my website, posttownschool.com, it's a different spot for each thing. You can buy your ticket for the show. That includes the magic show. Ghost hunts later that evening. Buy a separate ticket for that. Everything's itemized out to make it easy.
And
yeah, the website's pretty easy to...
Oh, yeah. Then it looks like on June 13th and 14th, you got the pre-Pride party. What is that one?
Well, the Pride Party is the 15th and 16th in Dayton and Cincinnati and all the big cities. We're having a pre-Pride party. Be on Wednesday and Thursday. They're going to have drag shows and all kinds of contests and the same thing they would do at the Pride parties, I guess. That's going to be a first for us.
It's going to be a huge LGBT event, is what it is.
Awesome.
They're expecting over 400 people to come to this event.
Can you house that many people, Daryl?
Oh, yeah. I got 36,500 square feet.
That's a lot of windows to clean, man. That's a lot of windows.
240 windows.
Sounds like he's cleaned quite a few of them there, Shannon.
It's yeah, I've had my fair share of it too.
And then there's some on here. There's some looks like Cheryl Lynn Carter's got some books for sale on there.
Yeah,
on your website. You can grab those books. So anybody who's out there listening, please check out this website. You can also make some donations to help Daryl out with the building. It looks like there's a little bit of everything on here. You can get your name on some tiles on some walls through there. Your personal line, I can't even talk.
You're done.
I'm out. See ya. I need another drink. No, just kidding. Your personal name, one line on a tile is $100. Your business, your team, or your memorial includes whatever you could fit on the tile, including a one color logo for $150. If you want a front door placement, personalized or business is $200. So come on, let's see if we can't help Daryl out and fill up all those tiles out there. So get out there, check out his website, Save Post Town, and get the. Let's make some donations over here. Let's help them out.
Daryl, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, yes and no.
I hear you.
I don't like asking people for help. Get on here and I do updates every Tuesday at 6:30. But I don't know if it's a pride or an embarrassment thing. Building was being purchased on a land contract. Original owner didn't pay the property taxes. Sheriff's sale. So I've already paid $147,189,000 loan or land contract. Because of that, I just about lost the place.
Wow.
Then when I went to buy it at the sheriff's sale, original owner got it put in tax foreclosure, outbidded me and bought it back.
Oh,
how is that even possible?
Is that
legal?
I don't think that can't be legal. There's got to be something wrong there.
It doesn't sound right to me.
That's almost like a drug dealer buying his car back because he knows there's drugs in it when he lost it, being arrested for drugs.
Exactly. But anyway, I got on Facebook. I was really ticked off. That after July 1st, I wasn't going to book any more investigations. I kind of explained what was going on, and I got 14 years of my life here, wife living here. I only had one grandchild when we came here, now we're 4. This is all they know is Pap's house.
Is the school?
Yeah.
Wow.
But everybody in the paranormal community was hitting me up. Man, don't give it up. Don't give it up. We'll help you. We'll raise money. We'll take donations. We'll do this. And it started out really good and strong. And I don't know. I'm not a beggar, and I'm not going to beg people to help me. I feel like if it's my place, I should be here taking care of it myself. So I'm putting every dime I make into the donation thing. Now it's up to 11,000 and something, but that's a long way from now. The guy that bought it back, 125 for it now.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty what's going on.
It is, but I'm not giving it up. I'm going to fight for it.
So let's throw this out to the whole paranormal community that's listening, and anybody that can. We'll get this out on the Facebook. But hey, anybody that's out there, anybody that's listening, donate $25, donate $10, donate anything you possibly can. Or make a challenge and see how many we can get to donate. Get out there, help him out. Daryl's got the building for us. Got the building so we can go in there, and he's maintaining it and keeping it going. So paranormal people like us can go out there and do investigations and have the experiences. So it's time for us to start giving back a little bit on the other end. I challenge every and any paranormal group out there, and even if you're not a paranormal group, you're just a person that does paranormal investigations or would like to. I challenge you. $5, $10, everything's going to help. Everybody get out there and do it.
Started doing lady donated the bracelets and the chocolate teddy bears and
teddy bears are awesome.
Tiles, yeah.
Okay, but I want to know how do they make them smell like chocolate? That's what I want.
They're amazing. I don't know how she does it,
but they're good.
Well, you're not supposed to eat them, Daryl.
No, but they keep the room smelling good.
And then I made some mini dog tags for him too. Some dog tags with it's like the 50th anniversary picture. Is that what the picture I used, Daryl?
50th anniversary picture that's in the dog tags.
Yeah, and you can buy those too. And I mean, all that stuff's available on his website. Even the donation link. Did someone set up a GoFundMe as well?
Yes. Yeah, I ended up setting up a GoFundMe so people could see. A lot of people like seeing their name up, when they donate.
Yeah.
Doing it all through the website with the PayPal. Doesn't show you who does what.
Right.
All said and done, and 30th, everybody that's donated or bought a teddy bear or a bracelet or whatever, next to Miss Johnson's room, teacher room, I'm going to donate that room to my donators.
That's awesome.
Permanent marker on the blackboards will write everybody's name. I don't care if they donated $5. Their name will be.
That's awesome still, though. You're just awesome, Daryl. I freaking love you.
Can't do enough, though, Shannon. All I want to do is help people and make everybody happy. And process
I know.
makes it tough on us, too.
Definitely. So, real quick to veer off that path so I don't want to get you bombed on the radio.
You're right.
No, heck no.
So we're going to veer off the path a little bit. So when Beth and I first came, our very first night investigating there back in 2014, we got some really cool EVPs, and for the first time on the radio show, we're going to try and play some EVPs for the listeners.
Awesome.
See here. I don't know why it keeps popping up behind my screen.
It likes you. It's hiding.
I know. It's like, don't play me.
So for anybody who has never heard an EVP, you want to explain what an EVP is, Shannon?
EVPs are basically, it's recorded audio. When you go into a location and you use any kind of voice recorder, sometimes it really doesn't matter which voice recorder you use. And most of the time, when you go to ask a question while you're recording, when they do respond, it's usually a whisper. Sometimes you can get actual voices. Sometimes you can actually hear them talking and didn't catch anything on a recorder, which is kind of crazy, but it does happen.
Definitely.
So, and I don't always use a voice recorder, which I should at least record my Phasma sessions because we do get crazy stuff coming through the Phasma box. And usually I don't have a recorder when something good comes through. You'd think I would put one on, but I don't. I'm really bad at that. I've gotten to be really good at just standing in a dark room and not having anything running and just listening, you know. Sometimes you'll hear disembodied voices and it's awesome. But the recordings, like, I think we were using maybe a Sony voice recorder when we captured these ones, which Sony's good, Olympus is good, and if you can find the expensive old Panasonic, those are awesome.
Expensive is the true word there.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't find this recorder for less than $850 to $1,200. And a lot of people are probably out there going like, holy shit, but it's true. And they're hard to come by.
And the one she's talking about is actually I think it's the GS60.
The DR60.
DR60, thank you. Panasonic recorder. And it was actually brought out for doctors to be able to use and do their dictations. But every time they turned it over to their secretaries to type on it or to type it out, they were asking why there were several people talking. And no one could figure it out. And it turned out that it was actually picking up too high and too low of frequencies, that was recording everything around them and was people that were talking that weren't there. So they actually recalled a bunch of them and destroyed a bunch because they thought they were bad, and some of them survived, and the Paranormal Society found out about them and found out, hey, you're actually picking up paranormal voices. So that's why they're sought after, and that, people, is why they're so expensive right now.
God. It's bad. It's bad. I mean, but don't get me wrong. You can go to Walmart and purchase a $30 Olympus voice recorder and still pick up some good stuff.
Oh yeah,
depending
definitely.
on where you're at. But the first one I'm gonna play, all these audios, the EVPs that I have that I'm gonna play maybe 3 or 4, 5 of them. Maybe we'll start taking callers at 11:30. So if we start getting callers in between it, then I'll pause it and we'll take callers. But all of these EVPs came from Poasttown Elementary School. This is where Beth and I have got, we have video evidence. We have some of the clearest EVPs we've ever gotten out of any location from Poasttown Elementary School. What is your saying there, Daryl? When you leave, you believe, and that is the truth. It's all over his shirts and his hats and everything else.
And a lot of skeptics come here that left not skeptics.
This is true. There's a lot of people that go in there expecting not to get anything, and they come. What was the group, Daryl? You don't have to say their name, but there was a paranormal team that came in. The ones that left by midnight.
Yes.
What happened?
They came here to prove there's nothing at Poasttown because they work at another venue.
Correct.
Came here, they got so much evidence. They got a disembodied voice that pretty much sent them down the hallway.
Now I'm jealous. I want to go so bad.
And if you get on YouTube, you'll find it on there. 5-minute video and disprove anything about Poasttown. It's the best promotional video I have.
This is true. And I mean, ours took off a little bit when we posted them on our YouTube channel, but they kind of died down. And I don't know what happened to the full face video apparition that we had on there. I'll have to load that one back up. But if you guys want to see some of the stuff as far as video that we have caught with our paranormal team, BAB Paranormal, you guys can look up BAB Paranormal on YouTube, and there's 6 or 7 videos on there right now. But I'll have to put the face apparition back up because that's the best piece we've caught anywhere.
Awesome.
So the first one that I'm going to play you guys, this is the very first night that I investigated at Poasttown back in 2014. And it was myself, my good friend Beth Moore, and her niece Michaela, and my daughter Taylor. And we were the only 4 upstairs in the building, actually in the building besides Daryl and his wife, which were in their apartment room. And we were in the mean teacher's room getting ready to pack up stuff, and you can hear us talking a little bit. And then I'm not going to tell you, I'm going to see if you guys can just hear it the first go around, and then I will tell you what we caught. So I'll go ahead and play that one.
Like if people got in trouble, did they like run away?
That's the wrong one. My bad. First time with the soundboard. People, bear with me. Okay, so I know Bill heard it the first time I played it for him. I have played it for Daryl already, so Daryl's heard it as well. So what you're listening for, you hear us kind of talking. Beth is asking, does everybody have anything? And then all of a sudden you hear these little footsteps just kind of shuffle and turn and run away. And we were the only ones up there on that whole floor, so it's unexplained. We don't know who that was or what it was.
Now, did you catch that? Did you hear that physically, or did you just catch it on the recorder?
We just caught it on the recorder.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's awesome.
So I will play it again for you guys out there listening. You have everything? I'm sorry, that's just crazy to me.
That is crazy.
It actually sounded like it was running towards you, then past you. Like it came up to you and then went right past you and because it starts off quiet and then gets louder and then it gets quiet again.
Well, here's the thing. Like the way that the mean teacher's room is set up is you come down a long hallway and it pretty much dead ends into the mean teacher's room. So you've got the wall and a couple other rooms on the right before you get down there. And then as soon as you get to the end, it takes you right into the mean teacher's room. And then we were in the room when we got the EVP. The voice recorder was in the room. And there was really nowhere to go other than, to me, it sounded like they were in the doorway. And as we picked up stuff and were getting ready to walk out is when it kind of turned and ran the other direction.
It knew you guys were leaving and it didn't want to be there by itself.
I don't know.
See?
I don't know. But the video, the face apparition that I'm talking about, that one was caught. That's actual video that I can't show everybody. I swear to God, I'll get it up for you guys. But the video was caught in the special needs room, and all within a 45-minute session, we had a green laser grid on the wall. It's pitch black. How we caught this video was I just had a GoPro Hero 3 non-full spectrum, which is non-night vision. It's just a regular GoPro Hero 3. Mounted to my forehead and sitting there looking at the laser grid, and all within a 45-minute session we had a shadow figure shoot up through the corner of the laser grid, and then within I think it was about 45 seconds to a minute later, Beth is doing a spirit box session, and she's asking, can you tell me your name? And then all of a sudden, you know how when a camera's recording it has that blinking red light on the front?
Yep.
Okay, so it's pitch black, and when that red light came on, and we didn't even see this. We didn't see this while we were there either, because I probably would have shit myself, no lie, because it was like 2 foot from my face. But we saw it in review, and it was looking at Beth. And when my red light came on, it turned and looked at me. You can physically see it turn and look at me, the whole face, the eye sockets and everything. And the light goes off, and when it comes back on, it just kind of disappears.
Oh, I want to see this.
I'll have to send you the original footage, Bill, so you can see it. I know Jimmy and Paul want a copy of it too, so. But, I mean, I can't stress how awesome this location is. I can't.
Thank you, Shannon.
You're welcome, Dee. You know I love you.
And it's 11:30 now, so we can start taking callers if anybody has any questions. Take care of you.
You guys got questions for Daryl, please call in. The number is 1-800-508-5431.
And just remember, if you're going to call in and you're driving right now, make sure you're not driving and calling at the same time. Because I know we got a couple of friends out there driving across to another location.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and give a shout out to them three. We have three GHU, good friends and GHU staff members who were driving on their way to Missouri State Penitentiary. So we're going to give a shout out to Beth Moore and Anderson and Mike Simpson. You guys drive safe.
What's up? What's up?
Text me when y'all get there.
Yo.
He's like, yo. So, all right. Well, the phone's ready to go. So if anybody does call, we're good there. All right. Let's play another one. Let's see. This one is okay. My daughter, we're in the special needs room, and she asks a question like when kids used to pull hair, like would they get in trouble? Would they run away? And right after she asks her question is when they respond, and then you'll hear Beth go, So the beginning and the end is actually somebody, but the person in between is not one of us. So I will go ahead and play that one.
Like if people got in trouble, did they like run away?
Ooh.
Yeah, that one's kind of really hard to hear unless you're listening to it really good. But you can definitely hear it in there. You want to hit it again?
Yeah, I'm going to turn it up and then I'll hit it again.
Like if people got in trouble, did they like run away?
Ooh.
So, Bill, you already know what it says. So, for you guys listening, what we heard was after she asked that question about being in trouble, you hear a spirit say, "I'm not in trouble," and it's kind of like a whisper, but you'll hear it after I just told you what we heard. I'll play it again.
Like if people got in trouble, did they like run away?
Ooh.
So, and I mean I don't even know how to explain that one. Those to me are loud EVPs.
Oh yeah, definitely. Those are very loud.
I don't know if I should play the spirit box one with it being so loud with the.
Go for it. Let's hear. See what they can hear.
I'll turn it down just a little bit first. All right, so this one is audio caught from a spirit box, which is what Bill was talking about earlier. How it circulates through the AM/FM radio, and that's where all the white staticky, the white noise comes from. So you'll hear that I used to do it really good, but it sounds like that's what it sounds like. Usually I get pointed at to do that when someone else is explaining it, so I haven't had to do it in a while. But anyways, you'll hear that in the background, and you'll hear Beth's niece Michaela talking, and she talks about going to grab a chair, and then you'll hear a male voice come through the spirit box. I'm not going to tell you what he says yet, so let's go ahead and play that one.
I'm getting a chair. You might need it over really bad.
Is that loud enough, Bill?
Yeah, that was actually pretty loud. If you could turn it down just a little bit, it might be even a little bit more clear.
All right, let's play it again.
I'm getting a chair. You might need it over really bad.
And see, we actually heard that come through the spirit box while we were there, because that's we're trying to discuss what it was saying. But then when you get it home and you listen to it, and there's so much you can do with an EVP. You can slow it down, you can boost it, and what it is a male. She's talking about going to get a chair, and you hear a male yelling, saying, "Go away." So I'm gonna play it again.
I'm getting a chair. You might need it over really bad.
That is wild.
That's us.
That.
Like, what did it say? I don't know. And it's like the Phasma box. If the spirit box actually, I have a hard time with the spirit box. If you use like the SB7 spirit box, to me that is better than the SB11 Spirit Box, which the difference between the two is you've got an SB7, which is basically just one channel that you can circulate AM, FM radio. You can go forward or backwards through radio stations, and you can set the speed on how fast you want it to go. And then the SB11 Spirit Box is like two SB7s in one, if that makes sense. I know there's probably a lot of listeners out there that are like, I have no idea what she's talking about, but I'm trying my best to explain it like I would to my guests. But this SB11 works the same way, other than you've got two channels going, so you can actually have one channel going fast and one channel going through stations slow. And I like to run it backwards through AM, because if something comes through really clear and it's going fast through the stations, I shouldn't even be able to understand it if it's going backwards through AM. So, let's see.
The nice part about that is...
We have a caller.
Go for it.
I'm scared.
Who we got on the line?
All right, caller, you're on the line. Please say your name and where you're calling from. It's not coming through this.
I'm calling from Muncie, Indiana.
Hi, Dwayne.
Muncie, Indiana. What's going on?
Well, my question is, you say you're talking to a man who lives at a school that's haunted, and I just want to know if the man who lives at the school, has he ever been scratched or touched or anything like that while he's asleep or through the daytime or any time that he's lived in the school?
That's a good question, Daryl. What kind of
a good question.
big experience have you had there? Has he been touched, scratched, pushed, yelled at, anything?
Way I am, I don't like talking a whole lot about what my experiences are. And I have had some things happen that always...
Yes, I just wanted to know if the man who lives in the school, has he ever been scratched or touched or anything while he's lived at the school at night or in the daytime or anything like that?
I have not been scratched, but I have.
He has not been
bled.
Scratched, Dwayne.
But I have bled.
But he has bled before.
Okay, well, I'm listening to the show. I listened last week. I didn't get the number to call him last week, but I'm listening. It's a very good show. It's very interesting. And that was my question for the man who lives at the school. Daryl, you said his name was?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, thank you. You're doing a very good job.
Awesome. Thank you, Dwayne.
Thanks, Dwayne. Thanks for calling.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I'll be listening.
All right, buddy. Bye.
Okay, I don't like going into detail about things that happened to me.
I know you don't. But that's why I was just going to answer.
I did
he can't hear you anyway.
That one. Okay, well, I did post that one on Facebook because it kind of sparked my attention pretty good, too. But I had 4 holes in my forehead. One blood thinner anyway. I got pictures of it.
Wow.
I don't feel like I was threatened or anything.
Right.
Just kind of like a wake-up thing where, hey, we're here with you?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay, that's all.
So, I mean, other than, can you tell people a little bit about, I know you have public ghost hunts too, where anybody can come?
Yes, right now we have so many events with people trying to help me with the school. Just about every event is like an open hunt, so not having open hunts right now probably till July.
Okay.
Because you can come to anyone for anywhere from $20, $35, or $50 a person. Those are all fundraisers to help the school. Right now I'm donating every dime that I make along with donations to people.
Right.
Funds.
So pretty much all the events you got going on till the beginning of July, or anybody can come to, they can purchase tickets to.
Exactly. You can purchase tickets at the door also. So.
Okay, cool. So for all you guys listening, You guys can purchase tickets to any of his events he's got coming up at the door as well if you don't get one online. And real quick, I just want to say, I know we just took our first caller, but for you guys that don't know, right now, when a caller calls in, we can all hear them, but I'm the only one that can talk back to the caller. That's why he asked this question again, because he can't hear Daryl talking. Just to let you guys know. But we're working on that, for this show, and some buddies of mine that are on Tuesday nights. If you guys get a chance to check them out, all aboard with Donald Wisman and Dave Cooch, they're awesome guys. So I have one more EVP that I can play. And if anybody else wants to call in, the phone line's still open. You guys shouldn't have to hold. This is the last EVP that I'll play. I'm not really sure where we were in the building for this one, but it was the same night. Like, all these EVPs came from the same night. So once again, it's just the four of us, in the general area. We stayed together pretty much. We didn't venture off. And then Daryl and Brenda are in their lower level apartment. So this one, I'll play this one. That one's really quiet.
Yeah, you may have to turn
I just
that quiet
turned it up this one's up all the way now, so we'll try it again. Yeah, I can't turn it up any louder than that. But what you're listening for is the door opening.
Well, definitely, you can really, even in the first time you play, you can definitely hear the door opening. I just didn't know if that was like somebody walking around in there.
No.
Open the door, so.
Yeah, it was somebody opening or closing it. It didn't close completely because we didn't hear it.
Did you ever figure out which door it was?
No, because some of the doors, as Daryl can vouch for, some of the doors, when you go to close them, if you don't close them all the way, they're on a spring kind of, so they will close the rest of the way themselves, and it'll sound like it's slamming a little bit.
Okay.
But this one to me kind of sounded like it opened. If that makes any sense. Here, I'll play it again.
Okay.
And you can tell it's not really close to us.
No, it's off in the distance quite a bit.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've got so many EVPs. I'm sorry, you guys. I just kind of figured this soundboard out within the last couple days. And I mean, I can upload like 30, but I just wanted to put like 4 or 5 good ones on there. Just so you guys could hear them. I'll have more next week. And hopefully when we bring on other paranormal teams, they will have their own audio that I can put in here too as well. And that'll make it good for everybody. Bill, do you got anything you want to
I just want to
really.
My biggest thing is I want to know from Daryl, what is Poasttown? How old is that school?
Poasttown was opened in 1937, and it ran till the school. Okay. Hear me, Bill?
Yep, you're cutting in and out on my end, so I don't know.
Eat your mic, Daryl. Eat your mic.
Eat your
I'm
mic.
changing. I'm moving around a little bit. Anyway, it opened in 1937, and 99-2000 was the last school year.
Have any of the classes that went through there, have they ever come back just
Yeah, I've had open houses here, let the public come in and go through the building and talk about memories.
That is awesome. So now, what was the train wreck in that area?
I personally am not a big believer in the train wreck. People get a lot of EVPs talking about the train wreck, so I can't say it doesn't have anything to do with it. It may not even be the same train wreck, but several train accidents. So who knows what they're really picking up, you know?
Okay.
I know we've gotten a couple, through the spirit box and the Phasma saying we'll ask them if they were in one of the train accidents, and they'll come through and say yes, but we don't get much more detail than that.
Right.
So I'm on your website looking at some of the pictures that are on there. There's some, like the one, where was this? I don't know. It looks like it's a classroom, and it looks like there's someone standing in the back of the classroom. That is a wild picture.
The shadow?
Yeah, the shadow figure standing in the back. That is awesome.
We've had some really good pictures taken since then. Little girl standing in a doorway holding a teddy bear.
That one is creepy.
Years later, we get the same little girl without the teddy bear standing in the doorway of the doll room.
Now, there's something here. This photo was taken by the nurse's office, and it looks like somebody. It's got part of it partially colored and partially not. It's kind of a weird picture.
Oh, is that the gentleman reaching down for the device?
Yeah, that's wild.
That's a really good. You can see his arm and his hand like reaching down.
That was in the janitor's office.
Oh wow, Shannon, have you ever tried something like the Kinects in there?
It's funny that you said that, because yes, Beth and I have. We took it up there. We were actually in the janitor's room. And they say with the Kinect, for you guys listening, the Kinect, it's like the Xbox Kinect sensor is all it is, and it's hooked up to Microsoft software on a laptop. So when you're using it for the paranormal field, what it does is if somebody's in the room with you, it actually skeletal maps out. It looks like a stick figure when there's nothing really standing in front of you. So a lot of people are using it now in the paranormal world. But we had it sitting in a room facing a chair, which sometimes a chair will map out like somebody's sitting down, but it's really the chair legs. But for some reason, ours wasn't mapping it out, and we had an electroscope sitting on the chair, which, those of you guys not familiar with that, electroscope is from a company called Paranormal, and it works off static electricity. So the stronger the static field around it, the colors will light up red or green. So it was sitting in the chair, and the Kinect was facing it, and all of a sudden, the electroscope lit up, and then it mapped out a person sitting down. And it had been on the chair for a good 10, 15 minutes, and it hadn't mapped out the chair as a stick figure. But it was just coincidental that the e-scope was lit up at the same time that it mapped out a person sitting down, like somebody was actually sitting there with us. And then it just disappeared.
That is an awesome thing to see. Again, like Shannon said, if you see it, sometimes if you use the Kinect and you put it on a chair and it automatically maps someone or something, move the chair.
Right.
Try just move it out of the way. Try to debunk it. If you move it out of the way and it's still there on your screen, well, then maybe you got something. You know, if you move something out of the way and allow the Kinects to try to pick up something new, and it still picks up the stick figure, or the stick figure you move and it starts walking with you, I'm gonna say
and your night's gonna be interesting.
Yes, it is. Especially if it's following you.
This is true. And I mean, Daryl, who I don't remember who the guy was that was talking about. He had a Kinect there one night, and it looked like on the Kinect it had mapped him out, and he went to reach out to like shake his hand or something, and whatever it was that the Kinect had up, it literally looked like a guy drawing back his fist, like he was getting ready to swing at this guy.
Yeah, he was.
Do you remember that, Daryl?
He had it. It was standing beside him, over to touch it.
Did we lose it?
On the screen, and when he reached his arm out to touch it, it kind of drawed back like it was getting ready to hit him.
Wow.
And I mean, the Kinect, the way we have the Kinect set up is it's on the laptop, so then you got to kind of lug it around everywhere. I did struggle, but I do have some friends that have made one where you can get like the handheld that'll hold the tablet, and you can set up, tie the Kinect sensor to it to where you can just carry it around. They do make something very similar on Bill Chappell. Bill Chappell makes one that's called an SLS, which it'll map out, I think, 5 to 8 people. And if you're just using the Microsoft software, it'll only map out like 2. But it's good to have if you have one person in the picture, and then all of a sudden something else pops in the picture with you, just sits down beside you, like they're not scared and they just want to conversate.
And that's kind of the best feeling of all, when they just sit down beside you, and if you've got a Phasma box or a spirit box running at the same time, and you don't have anything, and all of a sudden the Connect shows somebody sitting next to you, and then you start getting a conversation going. That is one of the wildest feelings in the world.
It is one of the coolest feelings in the world. And I mean, if nobody, even if you've never investigated before, just go out and do it one time. I guarantee you, if you go out and do it one time, if you're not really that easily scared, you'll have a blast. And I mean, that's the best part about it with all of us, you know, even working for Ghost Hunts USA. Any event that we work, we always have so much fun. It's not always serious, you know.
And you know, there's a lot of people out there that think, oh, they're hearing us talk about the Connects and the Phasma box and the Spirit box and all this. I always said that you don't need a whole lot of equipment. Your best equipment you were born with, and that's your hearing, your eyes, and how you feel. If you don't feel right and your hair's standing up, you're probably got something around you. Your eyes can play tricks on you. Your hearing can maybe play tricks on you. If you take the time just to sit back and relax for a few minutes. Or you have
an anxiety attack.
Or an anxiety attack like Shannon did. You know, you can always calm yourself down and then just relax for a minute and get quiet. And you never know what you're going to hear or see. So again, your best tools you have them right there on you. And all the other ones, they're extra, and you can, if you've got them, hey, sounds like Post Town, that's a place everybody should be looking at going. So get out there and get a hold of Daryl and get that thing set up.
And check out our website, posttownschool.com. It'll lead you through everything you need to.
And again, I'm going to throw it out there at posttownschool.com. Hey, there's that big donate button on there. I'm going to throw it out there again. Challenge every group that's out there listening. Donate some money. Donate it. Hey, Daryl's keeping this place up for us. Let's give a little bit back and help him out, and go to those events, buy those teddy bears, grab those wristbands. Looks like grab some books. Hey,
teddy bears are awesome.
I still want to know how they make them smell like chocolate. That's all I want to know.
It's just the head, though. It's just the head. Like, I had bought one. I can't believe I'm going to say this on the radio, but I had bought one, and I sat there and sniffed. No,
You did. I can tell.
Well, I sniffed its body because I thought the whole thing smelled like chocolate, but it was just the head. And as Daryl, I sat there and sniffed it for like 20 minutes. I'm like, this is the best thing in the world.
I have one lady's daughter that bought one on vacation, and that teddy bear's been all over the country.
Aww.
That's cool. That's really cool.
So, Bill, do you have anything? Daryl, do you want to say anything? Do you have anything coming up here, like within the next couple weeks?
This weekend, I have Apers having their event here. Next Saturday, I have Cincinnati Ghost Seekers. 14th.
That's still in March, right?
Yeah. 31st.
Okay.
14th, I have the Magic Show and the Ghost Hunt with Santiago and them. Walking Dead. Got something just about every weekend. I have like 3 Saturdays that are booked for privates between now and July. The rest of them are all pretty much open.
Okay. Now, holy breathing heavy, Bill.
Sorry.
He's getting excited.
I want to go.
For you guys listening, if you guys don't know who Santiago is, if you guys watch The Walking Dead, he was one of the guys that came with Rick's group they picked him up from Woodbury and brought him back to the and he died in the fight battling with Rick and Daryl and them against the governor. So he made it to about season 3, I think. So he's not like one of the huge names, but he was still a good role in that. For those of you that don't know who he is. And what about you, Bill? Is Edinburgh going this weekend? Or you're going to Missouri?
No, I'll be in Missouri State. We're my group, Riverside, Iowa Paranormal, is actually heading down to Missouri State Penn to be with Ghost Hunts USA. We'll be down there Friday night. They're going to be down there Thursday. We're going to be down there Friday and then Saturday. So I'm really looking forward to that one.
I am. I know. I wish I was going back to Missouri. Missouri was a great location.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to talk him into let me spend some time in the dungeon by myself.
You're gonna try and what?
Spend some time down in the dungeon by myself. Down in the bottom of building number 4.
Oh, that place is creepy.
I like it.
Yeah.
Is it bad that I feel very comfortable in a prison?
You're weird. I felt comfortable at Missouri, but then you send me to West Virginia, and I'm like, oh my god, what is this place? I'm going out with let's see, Stan Reedhart and Ashley Brennan and I are going to be running Ohio State Reformatory just this Friday night. It's just a one-day event for Ghost Hunts USA. And I haven't been out there in, it's probably been 2 months since I've been out there to OSR. And that's a fun one too. If you live in Ohio, that's another must location that you guys need to go to. They filmed the Shawshank Redemption there.
That's where I know it from. Okay.
Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Tango and Cash?
Of course. Is that where they were filmed?
Okay, well, some of that was filmed there too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, in it, they have a bunch of props. Up at OSR at the Reformatory. It's in Mansfield, Ohio. They have props from Shawshank Redemption. So you've got, while you're walking around in the dark, you've got these big board cutouts of Morgan Freeman and, other characters from the movie. And this is when and I mean, if you're not paying attention or even remember that they're there, it'll scare the shit out of you.
Almost like somebody grabbing your hand down in and
there it is.
Solitary confinement.
And they've got like a bunch of pictures.
User in your channel timed out.
Oh, I'm not quite sure what happened to Shannon. It looks like she dropped out here for a second. There's.
It doesn't like me tonight. That's twice now.
Yeah, I was gonna say you started cutting out, but
sorry, guys. Anyways, Ohio State Reformatory is awesome. So you got any shout outs you want to give, Bill?
Just a shout out to anybody and everybody paranormal, wherever you're going. Be safe, be calm, and catch it all. That's all I got.
I can't believe it booted me.
I know.
Daryl, is there anything you want to add?
Well, I just want to thank you all for having me on tonight. I appreciate it, and hopefully we see you all. Bill, I hope to get to meet you here one night when you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll see you tomorrow.
But yeah, we'll keep things rolling. I was going to be funny too, talk about all the movies. I was going to say, you ever seen 6 Below Hell?
Which one?
It's a zombie movie that was made here.
A zombie movie. It's you can get it at Redbox. It's called 6 Foot Below Hell.
Save your money.
It wasn't a bad movie.
So next up on the show, we're going to have movies done by Daryl. He's going to give his editorials on all the movies.
That would be how many movies have been filmed up there?
Gosh, I don't know. Ghost Brothers was the funnest one.
You got to wrap it up.
All right, buddy. Well, I want to thank you guys all for listening, and thank you, Daryl, for being on the show. Bill, you're awesome.
Thank you, Shannon. Thanks, Shannon, for having us all on here. So, Daryl, keep it going, keep it safe. Shannon,
I'm afraid of no
you're awesome.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you all. Good night.
Thank you guys. Good night.
Good night.
I'm afraid of no ghosts.